and it doesn't make the stream look as good as if you're using this one. Of course, I only, in hindsight, have got a GTX 680, so I don't know if this is going to be better if you've got like a triple SLI setup going on, but I'm just going to be sticking with X264. There we go. You want to be using CBR, enable CBR padding, use custom buffer size, and here's the tricky things. Now, these fellas here are basically going to tell you what your upload speed is. So if you have a 3 megabit upload, I have set it at 2700, so I have a little bit of headroom there. I set my buffer size to 4000. This actually exceeds this one, so it doesn't really might make too much sense in the first place, but I'll explain later. So basically what the CBR padding does is it always uses up all of your 2700 kilobits or whatever you've set here, and it's not going to plummet down in place, but I'll explain later. So basically what the CBR padding does is it always uses up all of your 2700 kilobits or whatever you've set here, and it's not going to plummet down. So basically, even though your stream is not eating up all of that bandwidth, it's actually going to stream at that bandwidth. So this is good, because it's not going to dip and go back up and go back down and go back up, which is bad for the performance on the stream because it's going to lag. So you want to have a consistent bitrate of upload to have the nicest streaming quality possible. And by the way, if you don't know what to set up here, you can go to some of the websites to test your upload and download speeds. Now, if you have an upload which is lower than 3 megabits per second, which is the bandwidth that I have, then I'd not really recommend streaming, because at a lower bandwidth, it's really hard to get a nice image quality on your streams, unless, of course, you're playing something like Minecraft or games that don't have a lot of textures or are really easy games. Those games you can easily stream at lower bit rates, but for games like FPS, like BF4, Counter-Strike, COD or anything like that, it's really not recommended to stream at a lower bitrate. Now, if you do have a higher upload, for example, you have a 10 megabits upload, you might be tempted to put this one at 8000 or something like that. Now, I wouldn't really recommend doing this because a lot of people actually have pretty crappy internet out there, and even people on my stream are complaining that the download rate would be too high for the internet to handle. So even though my upload is really poopy, some of the other people's download might be even worse. So keep that in mind if you set this at a higher value. If you're not partnered on twitch.tv, it's probably not the best idea to do so. Now, next up, we've got the audio encoding here, and you should probably set this to AAC. The format always to the same format that you have in your Windows writer. The bitrate I set at 96. You can set it at 112. It doesn't really matter. Don't set it at something like that, because this is going to add on top of your video bitrate, and this is probably going to lag your streams. So just put it at something like that. The audio quality is okay at this bitrate. Of course, stereo. Now let's go to broadcast settings. You want to set live stream, twitch.tv, of course, and now here comes the thing in place where you need to use this server ping plugin. Now, once this loaded up first, you don't know which server to pick, and the most easy way would be to just choose the closest to you. So for me, I live in Switzerland, so the closest to me is probably the one in Frankfurt. And this is probably not the best server to actually pick. So how do I check this? Now over here you can see the server ping plugin, which we've just downloaded and installed. We don't want to save the changes. And if I click on it, you can actually see here the pings popping up. There are a lot of servers here, and you're actually just interested in those on top for Twitch. And as you can see here, the server with the lowest ping at the moment is actually Frankfurt. Okay, that's interesting. The last couple of times I actually played, it was Paris. But here you can actually really see which of the servers you should be choosing if you want to stream and have the best quality on your stream, or just to have the least lag on the stream, basically. And for me now I would be using Frankfurt, and this is actually going to change all the time, so you have to check it all the time. And just go back to your broadcast settings and go to Frankfurt, of course. Now this here is going to be your streaming key, and how you're going to get your stream key is basically you have to go to twitch.tv and put in dashboard, and over here you want to go to streaming key. And if you click on show key, it's going to show you the key in here, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't want to show you my key. And what it's going to show in here, you can put in there and you're going to be able to stream. Now, do never show this key to anybody else, because with this key, anybody could stream on your account. Now, the next thing here is get auto reconnect, blah, 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 reconnect timeout. This is really not really important stuff. Minimize network impact, have that on none. Save file, of course not. I don't want to keep my recordings. You could just record stuff and stream at the same time if you're into that, but I don't really like the quality of OBS that much to have recordings of it, so I generally just record with Shadowplay instead. You can have some of the hotkeys here, which I actually didn't assign. Don't really care about those things. You can go over to video tab. Now here's some of the important things. Now my monitor is at native 1080p here, of course, and what you want to do is you want to put the downscale resolution to something like 1.5. So if you want to stream at 720p, don't just put in 1280 times 720 up here, and have this at 1. The downscale resolution to something like 1.5. So if you want to stream at 720p, don't just put in 1280 times 720 up here, and have this at 1. What I would recommend is to have here, don't just put in 80 times 720 up here, what you want to do is, this at 1. What I would recommend is to have here. Don't just put in 80 times 720 up here. What I would recommend is to have here.
All pink. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I saw the gas. Yes. Indeed. Undoubtedly. I'll bide my time.
Stupendous
I am
work.
to turn the tide wherever I
I
can.
accept this honor on behalf of storms everywhere.
By my wings.
On the cat more losses.
Be it thus. That may well be. Missing bottle. Just so. It is right. Indeed. You have entered my realm. Attack! My power is summoned. I go as bid. As it is in my power. Tis my honor. Forth and willingly. I'll dash them to the ground. Very well then. As I will. To a new landing. Consider the consequences. Yes. You'll have no cause to question me. You've thought this through? That may well be. Consider the consequences. You'll have no cause to question me.
Why, thank you.
Be it thus.
Ah, lovely.
For our greater end. Indeed. Just so. Yeah! You've thought this through? The Skyrath live through me! Forth and willingly. As it is in my power. I'm down.
Dire's courier has been
I go
slain.
as bid. It is right. To a new landing. Yes. This gladdens me. My power is summoned.
Radiant victory.
After such a triumph, I know my dream of vengeance is at hand.
1920, and then downsample. This is going to give you the better performance on your PC, and it's not going to eat up as much resources as it would if you would put in 720p in here. Now, the next one is a filter that it applies. If you've got a good